Shalom. Yabashim Yashabashim Kokadas Brakathum. Call law Yabashim Yashai. Double honest apostles who are elders, rule well. Let's say to you brothers out there teaching the darn truth, sincerity. I came had a little mission had to handle. So I was out of town for a bit. But had camp Sunday. Now we back everything's Lord's will back rolling, getting everything back situated. But I say that to say I'm gonna start this, this week off, if it's the Lord's will that we continue through the week, that I continue through the week. But start this day off and this week off with the verse that within the scriptures that says, "Quench not the spirit." Basically, not to dull, nullify, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Because very simple scripture, but very useful. The reason being is because the spirit, as the spirit says to me just now, the spirit quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing, right? The spirit quickeneth, basically the spirit makes you alive. You know what I'm saying? Not only the spirit within the scriptures, but the comforter. It enlivens you and moves you to do the right things. And the thing is, how can you quench? There's different elements of quenching the spirit. You could be on the highways, for as if I'm next to a brother and he's snapping in the spirit got him on fire, and I want to be a me too ass nigga, for lack of better words, and join in on the fun. And it's like, I want to say something, I just say the same thing he's saying. I just want to join in on fun. That's quenching the spirit. Let that brother go. Or, you know what I'm saying? Of course the scriptures gotta talk, but something, you let the spirit flow. There's times where the spirit will tell you to fast, and tell you to do something, and you don't do it. Or the most renowned one is when you have to do a lesson. The spirit tells you to do a lesson, and you say, no, not at this time. And it's happened to me, plenty of times where I sit there and say to myself, the spirit will come to me and say, this lesson here, and through the spirit it'd be fire. You know what I'm saying? Like that lesson in your spirit, in your mind, is fire. You can think of all the scriptures, all the angles. Your tenacity is there. Your passion is there for the lesson, and then you'll turn around and come back to it thinking you can do that later because you have somewhat control over it because you got the precepts and things like that. But then it's just like the passion isn't there, or the precepts aren't coming to you, and things like that. And that's basically going back into quenching the spirit, man. The spirit is a moving, it's living waters. It's not a stagnant thing. It's not something that you can always come back to and say, I'll deal with it later. You know what I'm saying? We have to live in a moment when you're talking about the spirit. Like the Lord said, take no script with you. Basically saying go off the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Take no script with you. Don't take no device, basically to it's fucking fly, man. It's getting on my nerves. But take no device with you to do your ministry, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to lessons, of course you write down lessons, and do lessons like that. That should be initial attack when addressing any lessons, is that those lessons should be studious, But then there's lessons that are impromptus. There's lessons that are very quick. You know what I'm saying? As a brother told me a while ago, man, I used to feel like I had to do 30 to 40 minutes, 2-hour lessons, and at the end of the day, the spirit will have me to do a lesson like this, or the spirit will have me to just say a testimony or an experience. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing is edifying the church, via through experience and via through what the Spirit tells us, and also through our studying and observation. That's what the Spirit does. It's not a locked in thing. It's not a cookie cutter. Basically, the Spirit's not cookie cutter. In order to do a lesson, it must be 40 minutes and above. It must come out with such and such amount of precepts. Precepts are always, you shouldn't, basically, on another note, you shouldn't come up on here and just be rambling. Let all things be done unto edifying. You edify the church, which means to build up. The way I see it in a lot of our lessons, to build up is to educate. You know what I'm saying? To increase one another's intelligence, increase one another's spirit, increase one another's insight in the way you should look at things. It should never be that after you listen to this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? This ministry and this truth is not about entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, oh man, oh man, that was dope and you're laughing, or you get fired up because you're showing people fighting, or the nigga woman doing some dumb shit, which they always do. Esau doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is entertainment, but we supposed, you share that within, the circle. But as far as putting lessons out and projecting things in a certain light and presenting it as education, such as Johanna's, Johanna burns up downtown, and you're just showing the highlights of the most aggressive type of encounters, then that's, what I'm saying, we're not here for that. Quench not the Spirit, man. Let the Spirit flow. Be cognitive of the Spirit. And that, that really takes you not using this truth as a selfish device to further your agenda, to further your image or the way you want to present yourself. So I just want to put that out there for a morning breakfast type of waking up, type of lesson, So with that being said, I want to say call loyalty, how about Shimi Ashaya, Bashim Kakadash Brakathum, double honor side apostle / elders who rule well, and blessed salutations to you, brothers, at that teaching during truth sincerity. Hey, shalom.